So the customer, this is a synagogue here, and the customers are looking for a bid to do a wall or maybe some pillars or something. So for security reasons, they got a security grant to help protect their building. This is obviously a synagogue, and right now with the climate that we're in, Jews are always being threatened. So originally she wanted to go all the way across the front of her lawn, or the yard here, with a wall. And that's just going to be way too expensive. I said that's going to be tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and she was completely surprised. What we're essentially going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to scale it down. We're going to give her a couple bids for the wall here. It's 34 feet from the corner of this to the corner of that, and we're going to make it 3 feet tall. So it's 34 feet, and then we're going to put 5-foot returns on each side. So just so that way she can see what the cost is. So then the other option, and this is going to be a double-sided, freestanding, concrete-formed, footing-reinforced wall. I mean, if they're looking for security, it needs to be a security wall. Okay, so. Yeah, I told her it's going to be very expensive to do that. So the next, and it's going to be with Fond du Lac. So all these options are with Fond du Lac. So the second option is to do pillars spaced about 4.5 feet apart. So 18 by 18 with 4.5 feet in between. So that way they can put fencing in between. So I think that's going to be a little bit more cost effective. So if we're talking about 34 feet, it's probably going to be about 6 or 7 pillars going across here, and they're going to be connected with fencing that they'd eventually put in. So, but then obviously actually be 7 plus 1 on each side for the returns. So, yeah, and then they also want a bid for a patio, and this would be a 20 by 20 patio. And I gave them the option of using that junky patio stone that we have, but she asked if the wheelchairs would be able to go on it. I said, probably not. So we're going to go with the absolute cheapest paver that we can find, and the easiest pattern that we can do. Now the problem is that our grade changes here, so it comes downhill. So we have to build a small retaining wall in order to support this. So it'll be 20 feet, and it'll probably return probably 8 feet on each side. It's going to be maybe 6-ish inches is what we're going to need for a height on it. I mean, we're going to be able to put a slope on it, and we might be able to do a little grade work with those pillars, but nonetheless, it's still, yeah, she had no idea what costs were on this. So 20 by 20, and then they also want to know if we could do a pergola. And in the past, I've always said no, but this would be a very simple pergola, just 4 posts with slats going, in the directions, not dissimilar to the one that I built, although bigger. So, let's talk about if we want to do that, or if that's something that we want to get ourselves in the middle of here. So, but right now, we're just going to talk. I mean, their most important thing is the wall / pillars. So they did get a grant from the United States government to do this, so they have a kind of a set budget for it. She didn't tell me what it was, but I told her that it was going to be well over. She asked $20,000. I said it'd be well over $20,000 to do it all. So, yeah. So that's what we got. So this is St. Louis Park. We still need to figure out the easements of it. St. Louis Park. So no dumpsters, no crushed rock, no nothing. So yeah, that's what we got here.